everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Flacco's Ravens going up against Bortles' Jaguars. With that, let's head up the road to Jacksonville, Florida. Standing by are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, we welcome our viewers to Duval County, the northern part of Florida, and the largest city in the Sunshine State, as EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Everbank Field here in Jacksonville. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here's Chris Ivory with his first carry. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there, because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back. And now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
Marquise Lee, the intended target, and it'll bring up third down. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was in the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. The play fake to Ivory. Now Bortles. He was looking for Chris Ivory that time. And now it's 4th down.
I have to say that was a surprise call on 3rd and inches. I thought they'd try and run the football there, but you got to believe they thought they'd surprise the defense and pick up something downfield. But that one goes incomplete.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier. In the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You gonna let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Here we go.
Now a handoff to Yeldon. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
So now that the 2016 season, which charitably was disappointing for Jacksonville, is over, they're going to look forward to, are we going to continue to move with these two running backs, meaning T.J. Yeldon and Chris Ivory? And T.J. Yeldon is supposed to be the primary ball carrier. Didn't have as much success as they expected, but I still believe he can be a #1 back in the NFL.
Yeah, Yeldon 465 in the yardage last year, Ivory 439. Is this a tandem that they want to go forward with together, though?
I think that it is. Remember, Ivory was out with some injuries last year. Yeldon could never really get going, but I do believe they'll bring some competition in to kickstart things for them.
Bortles going to try and throw on 3rd down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. Over the middle, it's Thomas. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second down now after the pass completion.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing now is Bortles. Caught out left side by Robinson.
Look, the raw numbers of everything doesn't always tell the tale. Allen Robinson caught 80 passes in 2015, 73 in 2016. But the yardage was a big difference, about 500 yards off.
Yards per catch way down. 1,400 last year, and the season that just finished 883. It's interesting how that worked out.
Explosive plays, always the goal of the NFL. Not enough of them for Allen Robinson in 2016.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Now Bortles throwing on second down. This will be caught at about the 6. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. To throw, it's Bortles. On the move to his left. And it's a Jacksonville touchdown.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Moore now on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Well, welcome back to the Elite Flyers Club, Mike Wallace, in 2016. Back over 1,000 yards catching the ball. We always knew he could run, Brandon. But this year, I thought he really improved route running and making some more difficult contested catches.
And now, Steve Smith gone, and Mike Wallace will be 31 when next season starts, but a lot more weight on his shoulders.
He'll still be able to run. That won't be the problem. But at 31, he'll also understand how to be craftier in what he does and make some of those difficult catches a little easier for himself.
Catch left side here by Aiken. And a loose football. And the Jags grab it. A strong running. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On second down, Ivory. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing is Bortles. That's complete to Robinson. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
You remember Timmy Jernigan at Florida State. His stoutness that was so impressive there, it still comes into play in the NFL, doesn't it?
If you call stout 300 pounds, and I do, then yes.
Used it well on that play and made a nice tackle for a loss.
Bortles to throw on second down. That is caught at the 7. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Allen Robinson, 29 yards. And the Jaguars had 6 to their lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Moore now on the return. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
On first down, Flacco backing up. And hauled in by Pitta. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Jags grab it. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Bortles. Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrell Suggs. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Well, it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And Steve Smith still making catches on Madden, but his career is over, finishing it with over 1,000 grabs, over 14,000 yards, and 81 touchdowns.
And no one went out better, as far as I'm concerned, than Steve Smith. Did you see his letter to the commissioner?
Tell me about it.
Where he said that I will no longer be around to antagonize defensive backs.
And he did just that.
Agent 89 out.
Mike Wallace, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now it looks like we got the big tight end still down after the last play. Well, you can bet that they would hate to be without his services. Looking for 2 yards here on third down. Flacco. And that's complete. It's Watson. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 19. And it's good enough for a Baltimore first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. They go pass again with Flacco. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch, no matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Flacco to throw here on 3rd down. Kenneth Dixon, the running back, the intended target. Now 4th down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
They're going to look to throw on 4th with Flacco. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remove. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dante Fowler in there to get him for a loss of 5. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Flacco off play action. That is caught. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
On the sneak, here's Flacco. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Shift together here from the D-line. They come out here in the eye. Flacco will use the arm this time. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Kyle Juszczyk there to make the grab. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Well, they sucked the defense in with a play fake, went over the top.
And I know from past experience, when offenses do that, a lot of times the defense guys are screaming at them, run the ball, run the ball. The offense doesn't really care. They got 6 points.
And that one makes it 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, That's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now third down, less than a yard. Bortles to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that brings up 4th down.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on 4th down with Bortles. And he finds Julius Thomas. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. And the wideout in motion.
Left, 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 left. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
The play fake to Ivory. Now Bortles steps away. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lardarius Webb. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the road they'll go.
Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded about a yard deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out. Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And here on the road, that could be a huge score for their morale in the second half.
Every team has confidence going into the start of games, but sometimes you get it rocked a little bit, and this certainly applies here for them. But guess what? Just what you said, this touchdown can give them their belief back that they can win in the second half.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Big mistake here by the kicker, kicking it out of bounds.
The one that drives coaches crazy. Keep it in the field of play and let your guys cover.
This is West. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll run again here with West. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. Got a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Escaping the pressure right. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Once more, it's Flacco. That's caught at the 1. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
2nd and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Flacco. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. Flacco now on 4th. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
It's caught right side of turns.
Get the fuck out of here, man. No way you made that fucking tackle. Bullshit. He was stopping this track, you know what I'm saying? He fucking there making a tackle.
So completion on second down, that brings up third. Throwing his Bortles on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And it's fourth down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They do go for it. It's Bortles. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the
Of course it's Bortles. Of course he intercepted.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. 1st and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. He hits West underneath. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up second down. And they're going to speed things up here. Second down, Flacco now. That's caught at the 2. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Back now in Jacksonville. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. And here we go on 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in with Dixon.
Okay, my man died.
For a Ravens touchdown. Kenneth Dixon taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Well, we've seen some lead changes, and it certainly appeared that one of these squads was in full control of the game, but that's not the case after that touchdown.
Yeah, they erase a 2 TD deficit here to grab the lead.
Shit, nothing gave it up.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And Nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he is taken down deep in Baltimore territory.
When the big guy rumbles down the center of the field and he gains leverage on a guy trying to cover him, it is really, really tough for the defender to get through him to make a play on the football. That's why guys love to throw that route. Down the middle, throw it deep, and let the big guy go get it.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
This is Ivory, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defense.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Julius Thomas, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And his kick is good. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They go play action here on first down.
Come on, boy.
Flacco's going to be dropped. Dante Fowler in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Flacco off play action.
Look at that. Thank you.
Intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Down. This is Ivory. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Now Bortles throwing on second down. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Where's you at, dude?
Tight end Julius Thomas, the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third down.
Could be a blitzer.
Now Bortles. And he's got it to Hearns. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Again, they run. Again, it's Ivory. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, and
now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Second and goal from the 5. Carry number 10 now for Ivory. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. Green.
Back to throw, Bortles. Rolling to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go. Bortles going to go on 4th down. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Chris Ivory from a yard out. And the Jaguars have moved out in front.
And there's the go-ahead touchdown. And so likely will kick an extra point. But to me, I'm looking forward. Special teams now with your kickoff, and then your defense, that's where the pressure shifts.
Yeah, because there's plenty of time left on that clock. Anytime you're over a minute in the NFL, there's a chance. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Back to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mike Wallace, 77 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
Bortles, catch here, left side, Thomas. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. Well, that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. To throw is Bortles. Over the middle, it's Thomas. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they only need a little bit here. 3rd down and very short. Bortles to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Bortles to throw for it on 4th down. And that's complete to Lewis. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They go back to the ground attack here. It's Ivory. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensive. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. This from 51 yards for the win. It's on target, and it's good. From 51 yards out, he drills it. And the Jaguars have won the game. Well, I know at points in this one,